All right, so that should fix the microphone. Yeah. All right. Cool. So like, there's the sound dish. All right. Hey, you doing, boys? Yeah. I used to be a ladder player in StarCraft way back in the early '90s, late '90s, early 2000s. But my APM is nowhere what it used to be. I've gotten a lot older, so like you'd be lucky to see 40 APM gameplay here. But we're just playing around. This is more of like just chilling out, talking. Honestly, basically what we're doing, just chilling. So we're gonna jump into this quest for Urash. Like I hit you with a Tostito ad. Was it for the pizza? Because the pizza's the only thing I remember that's fire.
Now then, Kerrigan,
I'm about to turn 35, dog. I don't know who's the best 33-year-old on Twitch.
what is this news you've come to give?
There is a new overmind
No,
growing.
yeah, I don't give a fuck about this shit. Honestly, no. People either know what's happening or they don't. Uh, am I good at StarCraft in the terms of pro players? No.
Explain something.
Just something I've been playing a lot recently.
Why would your people leave such a sacred crystal in the hands of these Terrans?
We didn't. Long ago, this world was a Protoss colony called Kirador. When the strife between our tribes escalated, this planet and the Urash crystal were abandoned. These Terrans have come here only recently.
You did what?
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Hey, Omega, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Hey, Wings, do you get to... No, I don't pick the ads. I don't get to pick the ads at all, man. Nah, just gonna be pretty chill stream. Gonna do that. We're not gonna do a whole lot of banning.
Executor, we have a problem. Our warp matrix was damaged during transit. Because of the extensive damage, we will be unable to warp in stargates to this location. Alright.
I'll keep Karrakin on like number 9 hotkey. So you think PS will be the most competitive players for this generation? We're most competitive. I don't know, man. Like competitive play is all good and fun, but like as I get older, the less I want something to be uber competitive. Right? Like as long as something's enjoyable, is all I really care.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Like I could see myself playing this game, for example. Like this is a game from my youth. I played all the time. Karrakin, go destroy that before the Reaver dumb. Let's see. If StarCraft came to console, would you play? StarCraft did come to console. StarCraft came out on the Nintendo 64, which I happen to own. And I beat every freaking mission on the Nintendo 64. Even the trash ones that that basically slowed the 64 down. Like you get so much shit happening on the screen at one time on the 64. Need to go ahead and need to get a gateway up so I can start building some shield batteries. Happy Halloween, Chronobis. Yeah. A little early for Happy Halloween, isn't it? Do it. Our air fryers are really great. What did I do for Valentine's Day? My wife actually got me a ring light. She got me a ring light. She got me a game called Planet Coaster for the PS5 because she knows I like theme park for the Sega Genesis.
We better get
And I
back,
pointed out that,
'cause
like,
I'll
ooh, I
be
wonder,
dark
I bet that'd be
soon,
fun to
and they
play.
must come at night.
So she bought me that and socks. I got her some diamond earrings. I just chilling out. She actually has to work tomorrow. I'm just gonna hold this Reaver back later. Put a shield battery down. Get a forge up and going. If you guys want me to explain like why I'm building things in certain situations, please by all means tell me in the comments. I'm gonna build another shield battery over here. What race do I usually play? I'm mainly a like when I played competitive StarCraft, like versus people, I was a Terran player. But like I could play every race for the most part. Like I feel more comfortable like against against computers with the Zerg race, to be perfectly honest. I'm gonna put a cannon here. Put a cannon here.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe.
Like this right here with like one or two cannons is all we really need. Hey Jersey, Wings, do you understand the soundbite here we have? Have you seen your thoughts on it? Would you consider reacting to it on stream? My thoughts of the Trump being acquitted. Do you happen to know where that soundboard is, Jerry? My thoughts on Trump being acquitted is I fully expected it. Like the bar for like impeachment is just too high, and you're not going to get enough Republicans to ever acquit a Republican president, or at least one that was sitting. Here. Alright, so like my goal is going to be just to get a couple groups of Dragoons that are upgraded. Like this mission is not that hard to beat. Like pretty much all you got to really do is take this base out here and you can do it at your leisure. We'll get plasma shields going because plasma shields are like the one thing that regenerates on enemies. Like let me point this out to you while we're doing it. Like you see how this Dragoon is like got yellow damage here and he's got 1 point of hit points damage. This right thing down here is his hit points where this 80 is his shields. Shield batteries give you shields. So you can use like a Dragoon to super tank stuff. I'm actually going to put one more cannon up here. And it's not because I'm worried about this. It's because I don't want like a couple Wraiths to come up here and take this out and then kill the Reaver off. Because the Reaver and these two cannons by itself is going to kill anything here. And same thing over here. Like we got Kerrigan, we got 3 Dragoons and 2 cannons. That's more than enough to kill off anything we want. Go and grab Dragoon range. Grab 5 more of these and we should be done with that. I actually want to grab another gateway. Move this Reaver.
Switch to DCS.
Do you think Trump will run again as a Republican?
Nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe.
Yes, I do. Just Google the Wings Vision soundboard. It's literally the first one that pops up. It has 101 sounds. Is there? I'll look it up. Hopefully it lists it pretty well because I don't want to grab any like nasty messages. That's the reason my Thespian gas wasn't going in real well. They only had one person gathering it. All right, so we're pretty good right now. Like honestly, so like we can build another pylon over here. Go and build a couple more forges because like the reavers by themselves can take care of most stuff. Let's start slowly building dragoons. Yeah, that's pretty much how that's gonna work. Enemy computer's gonna throw some weak ass attacks, but we'll be all right. Let's come over here and build a forge. The dragoon going. Forge here. This is gonna be the foundation of my upgrades. Grab a Citadel of Dune. If I ever played Skyrim, I play Skyrim all the time, man. Alright. So we gotta sit around a minute. My minerals are gonna get out of control pretty quickly. Because I'm a little bit oversaturated with drones. And I'm pretty much done building base stuff. I want to just grab some upgrades. And I want to get 6 to 8 dragoons. And then we're going to grab a couple of these reavers and push out. Sit down, Rocco. Wings, I said hi to my daughter. Would it make my daughter's night? She doesn't believe me. Is it hello, Sarah? Dumb and Dumber 091. Why did you repeat that? Why is everybody saying hello, Sarah? Why is your APM so slow? I'm not really playing to do anything really that great. Like I said, when I played regularly, I had like an APM of like 90. Now I just play for fun. Go get the weapons going as well. We can get the armor. Go ahead and put 4 people on the gas just to make it as good as well. What kind of streamer has bots that message you, donate, or get the F out? That's not my bots, man. That's troll channels trying to dilute my terrible name. Like, we want to go ahead and grab more dragoons here. Honestly, can probably start moving out. I'll grab these 2 reavers. Move up. Take these 3 dragoons with us. Probably take Kerrigan with us too. Reavers actually have a longer range than bunkers. So they very easily can just pound out these 2 bunkers. And you see that that attack pretty much failed. Alright. Push the Reavers on up. Grab these dragoons. More. Oh, oh, oh. Repair my shields here.
Switch to DCS ranging.
Hey, wait, you check out Matthew real quick. Dude keeps timing people out for the littlest things. Wait, Matthew isn't really timing anybody out right now. Alright, since that tank is over there, I'm gonna try to range this command center. And if we can range this command center, that tank will move. There we go. Good as gold. Grab a couple more dragoons over here. More dragoons. Dragoons are super easy to micro. You don't really got to worry too much about them. Kerrigan, you're good. You can go back. Guys, build some more scarabs. Gonna need some more pylons, but we're about to expand our base out here. We're gonna be all good.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Kerrigan over here. Need a Templar archives.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night.
Hey, Northern Neck and Arrowhead, thank you for the subscriptions. Alright, see what now we got another set of bunkers here. This is where Reavers come in.
Because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Hey, 672. 31, big homie. I'm talking about, dude. Reaver very easily destroys bunkers. Go. Have I ever been into WoW? Nah, I haven't, actually.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon.
Alright, so what we're
and they
going to do is
mostly
here we're
come
going
at
to build
night.
a
Mostly.
row of shield batteries. Just to keep the dragoons up. Going to build like 4 cannons. Hey, thank you guys for the subscriptions. Appreciate it. Also also wanted to throw a proposition out here for you boys.
Dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
What do you guys think about me? Like, I did somewhat of a let's play. Pull this off real quick.
better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Would you guys be willing to watch that? Alright. Move Mr. Reaver up. There'd be enough cannons right now. So this. And I wanted to come up here and grab these guys and move them over here. Just to keep the economy going. Alright, the best way to do this is just to kind of like space in all your guys out. You want your dragoons to take damage, if possible, on the cannons. Instead of the cannons. The cannons are pretty much just support. This is going to be our new set of dragoons here. Start building dragoons. Bit is gold. Mother Reaver apt. Bitch ass down here as well. Here. Your sister dates a man with a Honda. She could get a man with a Dodge easy. What you drive doesn't really fucking. Hey Wing, so I ordered some vacuum repair parts through your company recently. I don't have a vacuum repair company, homie. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually going to build an observatory. Got these guys, throw them over here. Like at this point, I have enough to just finish the mission. Like, but I kind of want to just slowly take the map over. This is something I like to do as I play around. The numbers are 672, Bob, is how many subscribers I have. We can get the raid booster sight range. Let's start pumping out some observers. Nah, I'm not gonna play online StarCraft. This is just me chilling out. It's me chilling out, bud. I want this guy to get into there. Not looking like he'll ever fit, so let's just stick him. Alright. The cool thing about observers is you can kind of stick them where you want to stick them. Over here.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Upgrade complete.
Alright. If we can sneak an observer over here. Alright, so this gives us a good idea of like what we're looking at on the Terran side. Now I watch boxing more than I watch UFC, honestly. Let's get the last upgrade going on here. Also can get the faster observer movement. Because there's a base here I want to take. Honestly, I could take all these dragoons with me. So with the knowledge I know, I could just probably just control A over here to this base and just take it. Let's try it. Actually, we're going to need the stage here. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take Reaver Boy here. He's going to take he's going to take some shield damage here, but sneak him by. Have him get rid of these bunkers. Reavers are a motherfucker, dog. There. Goons. So we're going to take out this little choke point here. What's my favorite boxers? I wear Hanes on everything, dude. These missile turrets, they're kind of like stopping us from there we go. So now we can get control C over there.
Switch to DCS ranging.
Number 3.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Oh shit, 672 donated. Are you reading this? Is too late? Your favorite Drake album dropped 6 years ago. Man, I'm not a big fan of Drake, but I kind of like that LP that you showed me. That had landed on it. So, like our... Oh,
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
let's see when you said it, you done banned me. If I said I didn't ban you and I didn't do it, your name is probably too hard.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
I'll get around to doing it, man. Could somebody unban Edward with the Edward with the O and 2 zeros? All right. So we're good here. We actually are good enough to just finish the mission at this point. Build some more pylons here so we don't get supply blocked. I know this is probably boring as hell for you boys, but it's StarCraft. Am I gonna drink some Pepsi later on? I don't even know if I have Pepsi in the house, honestly. Making Dragoons. I know I could obviously feed more Stargates or gateways than I'm doing. But honestly, it's the single player campaign of StarCraft. You don't really need to. Like, I'm not even paying attention to what my Dragoons are doing right now. I've lost 2 Dragoons so far. Got a 4th hotkey of Dragoons. On the way down. There's another Dragoon I lost. Feels like there's a siege tank somewhere. Who's my favorite StarCraft player? Back in the day, it was July Zerg. I couldn't tell you who plays now, though. Alright. So we completely eliminated the Terran threat on the map.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe.
Why the fuck
Bye, bye, bye.
are you streaming competitive? It's just boring. If you at least play something competitive, you wonder why you're never getting enough donos. I'm just chilling out, dude. Wings, why are you playing this? You know chat doesn't give a fuck about this game. What game does chat give a fuck about? People just want to come in there hanging out. Oh, oh, favorite boxers. Tyson Fury is my favorite. Honestly. I like Tyson Fury. I like Ernie Shaver. I love watching clips of Ernie Shaver. I like Floyd Mayweather. I like Canelo Anthony.
The crystal's here, boys. Send in a probe to gather it up, and our work here is done.
You have done well, Kerrigan. There's more to you than it seems. Perhaps I have misjudged you.
Given our history, I can't say I blame you. Let's just get the job done.
Not, I did say that. I mean, Carnelo. I don't know why I'm thinking about a basketball player. Oh, which one? Like, to be perfectly honest, I like Deontay Wilder too. I take a poop. Yeah, Carmelo Anthony is a basketball player. I'm gonna take a poop, boys. I'm gonna put on this LP I did, and I want you guys to watch it and tell me what you think about it. I'll be right back.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly. Look, Daddy, it's you. Let's go out to play, Daddy. More angels, Daddy. This way. Get the
perfectly safe now. This is not your daughter. Do you understand? Her name is Eleanor, and she is mine. Now, kneel, please. Remove your helmet. Now, take the pistol. Place it against your head. Fire.
Hello, can you hear me?
Well, hello, everybody. It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back with my second Bioshock 2 Let's Play. This is going to be more of a slow play than the first one, and I'm doing almost all commentary after the fact. So let's go ahead and talk about what we just seen in the intro movie. Because you notice that our protagonist, Big Daddy Delta, actually woke up in a strange room in the middle of a puddle of water, and you have no intention why. You see in the video that he actually shot himself in the head. And for the longest time, I had to actually wonder what happened. Like, why did Sophia Lamb have such control over our Big Daddy that he would shoot himself in the head? And it's actually a lot simpler than the video game makes it out to be. I guess the video game does make it out to be pretty simple. But what happens is she uses hypnotized plasmid on the Big Daddy, which tells us a couple things. One, that she's the user of plasmids. Two, that she's at the very first stages of being a splicer and losing her mind. So we're going to find an audio recording coming up here, and I'm going to guys let you listen to this in its entirety.
Lesson 1, Mop Jockeys. You are under the ocean now. If you feel the soft patter of rain on your hat, you're already fired. Lesson 2. You can start a dead generator with a direct spark, but clear the guests out of the pool first. Scares these rich pricks to watch a working stiff hurling thunderbolts. You follow me?
I transcended humanity. As we come out of that audio recording, we're about to go into another one. If you notice on the door, the code 1540, we're going to talk a little bit more about that.
My husband is such a perfect idiot. Throws away all his spending money on gene tonics to affect a look of physical fitness. So he'll have an excuse to sit on his rear all day listening to radio serials. Steven, I tell him, you want to be fit? Come swim laps with me, the old-fashioned way. It's your mind that's atrophying. Maybe I'll start sneaking some brain boost into his daily regimen.
So the very first code is actually a video game reference from Looking Glass Studios. And you'll see Looking Glass Studios referenced in other games such as Prey, System Shock, and the original Bioshock, and even Bioshock Infinite. I think they changed their name.
This was a Let's Play I started
Irrational
when I
Games
was
for Bioshock
actually
and
banned
Bioshock
for a week.
Infinite. But they originally were called Looking Glass Studios. And this is like their little code. Like in the original System Shock, the very first thing was 451. And then in System Shock 2 was 45100.
everything for such a long time. And Eleanor has missed you. Find her and you'll be all better. Daddy!
And obviously in Bioshock is 0451, so it's the same thing with Infinite. So as you can see, they use this code as kind of like a callback to their very first Shock title, System Shock, and other people that make games like this, such as Prey and Deus Ex, which was made by Iron Storm, they also use the code, and it got to the point where they call these 0451 games, and that 1540 is actually 0451 backwards on the actual thing. So like it's just a callback from 2K to Irrational Games, and it's kind of like a little nod to people that make Bioshock or Shock type games. So we're going to move into the very first puzzle here, which is basically teaching you how to use your magical powers, which, excuse me here, I'm actually still learning how to use the keys. It's been a while since I played the game, but we are playing it on hard. But they want you to use your electric shock, and almost everything in this level is designed around using electric shock and how you can combo them. There's a move, just like we talked about in Bioshock 1 LP, that a combo called Shock and Pop. So if you hit somebody with your electroshock plasmid and you smack them with a melee, it actually does, I want to say 350 damage, but like I tried to do a search and I couldn't really find the numbers on a quick Google cursory search.
At last, a signal. You, who are bringing this dead city to life, listen. My name, it is Tannenbaum. I know who you are, and I am in much need of your help. Please, find me in the Atlantic Express train station.
Well, I actually meant 350%. But right here you see this is a Rosie doing some construction work onto the city itself. It makes you think that they do more than just basically protect little sisters. But this next section coming up has a couple things we want to look for. One, we're going to learn how to do the shock trap a little early. We're also going to learn about risk versus reward. Obviously pre-recorded, dude. I'm letting you people to watch it because I want to get your guys' opinion on it after the fact.
You shall be raised as I was, to advance the common good through social psychiatry. This city's potential is immeasurable, Eleanor. Yet our beliefs are unwelcome here. Life will be difficult, but the price of revolution is always dear. If we are patient with her, rapture will come to us.
So as you notice, there's water in the doorway. If you back through it and you shock the water, it will instantly kill the thuggish splicer. They actually don't teach you this yet, but I'm showing it a little early because we're about to see it right again. So don't worry too hard on it. As you see right here, I'm actually reloading my magic again, so there's a clean typo here. In this very next room, here's where they teach you it. You hit the water and you kill everybody in it. So you can use water as electricity traps as a way to set up traps for the enemies around you.
I am back in rapture after so many years. The little ones I rescued are grown up and think of me no more. After what I once did to them, it was a joy to be forgotten. But now, all around the world, children vanish by the sea, kidnapped. And so I return, in fear of what I already know. Someone is making new little ones, continuing my work, my sins. Even if I am to die for it, I must stop them.
So the main protagonist that we have here is actually a alpha level Big Daddy. And we see here, this is me. I want to stop right here for a second. I want to address the comment in the chat. It's a good Let's Play, needs a little more polish and more live reaction. You can tell it's just a voiceover. That's the intention, right? When I made this project, I wanted to set out and actually have something I enjoy watching. And I did Bioshock 1, which was 100% live commentary the entire way through it. And there were things that I found like I didn't enjoy about watching that series of videos again. was that sometimes I cut myself off mid thought in between like the audio recordings, and it made it very hard to stay in a train of thought with the audio recordings cutting it up. And doing the commentary post also allowed me to look up or like talk about things that are either like inspirations or like architectural or like other fun facts that the game actually brought to you. So I felt like the commentary as a whole wouldn't be as live reactiony, but I feel like it would be a step up because I could actually prepare and have bullet points and have talking points that I could actually have scripted out between the time sections, between the audio recordings and things like that. Actually using the aim down sight feature, which I do terribly here. One of the big advantages of this game over Bioshock 1 is that you can use magic and attack at the same time. You also have a melee attack with your weapon. As you've seen right there, you can use to stun people when they get a little close. Very cool feature. It also works better with the video camera that you get later, but that's on to another level. Here, you're supposed to just explore. This little part of the level is designed so that you explore the area looking for things. And we also get to meet our very first protagonist, well, not protagonist, so very first side character, Mark Metzer. And it also shows you how people can set up traps.
Barely made it down alive. But here it is. And it's real. Rapture. This is where that thing took my poor baby girl. From what I saw in the sub, most of the city's in ruins. But there were lights here and there. And shapes moving. I'm rambling, scared, I guess. But maybe, if I find this Dr. Lamb I keep hearing over the PA, I'll find Cindy too.
So you see, like, there's blind LPs, and by no means am I blind in any Bioshock game, right? And I could understand enjoying blind LPs. I enjoy blind Dark Souls LPs, right? But I don't like a Let's Play that's full of ums and ahs and like moments of silence. And like, I like them structured, I like them informative, and I like them to talk about tactics. And I was trying to create something I would want to watch. Because I understand that you might find a discovery, but like there's nothing to discover when you've played. Like, I've platinumed Bioshock 2 twice. We have basically our first side story of the game, and this side story runs the entire length of the game. You look, Mark Metzer actually looking for his daughter, who was stolen from the shores of a beach to come down here and become a little girl. So it kind of lets you know that Sophia Lamb or Tenenbaum or whoever might be doing this is taking these little girls and bringing them to Rapture, because there is no longer a baby factory in Rapture. Baby factory being like females and people living in a situation where they can have children grow up to the point where they can be used as little sisters. And the reason they want little sisters is mainly because it's the way to further research. And as you see right here, this is the first little sister fight. I'm using fight with air quotations. You actually can't die here. There's a few situations in the game where you can't actually die. This is one of them. So you can just melee this person over and over again. Once you get about 10% of her health gone, she'll run away. Don't waste ammo. Don't do anything. It's right there, signifies the end of the fight. And you pretty much get a free health coming up here. And there's nothing to fight for the rest of this stage. So there's no need to heal. You just kind of look around, grab you some money, grab a couple more audio logs, and we're going to learn about Diane McClintock again. Diane was actually Andrew Ryan's girlfriend, and she gets cut up by Dr. Steinman in the first game. So we're going to learn about her here in a second.
I find myself seeking a respite from my vacation. When she deems it necessary to chide me for working, the words dissolve into an endless animal bleat. I founded Rapture to be free of law and God, to live among those for whom work is our wage. Yet, when Diane speaks of bearing my child, I am given pause. Until now, I had never considered my legacy. Perhaps after the new year.
So you see that I'm picking up certain things and I'm ignoring certain things. Like during the spa section, I ignored cigarettes. Cigarettes give you Eve, but take away health. Whereas alcohol gives you health, but take away Eve. Later on there's upgrades that you can do to adjust this, but as it sits, you can sacrifice Eve for health or health for Eve based on what items that you pick up. This right here is a guaranteed free health. Lots of trial and error figured this out, but this is what it is, and it also introduces you to the first underwater section of the game, and it is something that's new to this Bioshock since you play a Big Daddy versus playing Jack. So you actually can withstand the pressures of the floor of the ocean. So like being underwater actually doesn't affect you, and this is where they introduce you with your first sea walk.
In that suit, even the ocean cannot harm you. This is good. But Rapture is the death of many great men. Alone, you will not last long. You can still reach the train station. Find me there.
All right, diary. Last entry. Lizzie and I, we found a sphere, and we're going home. Ain't that right, baby? Next stop, topside.
Oh, I love you. It was you who saved us, Sammy. It was you, Button. What was that? What's that sound?
She's seen us. It's Lamb. Torpedo! Ah, I'm trying to...
As you can see right there, that was actually a first look at the new Big Daddy. I think they're called the Lancers, and they have rocket launchers and they also have portable turrets, and they are new to Bioshock 2. We won't meet those anytime soon, but we will possibly be meeting... No, we don't meet a Big Daddy in the Atlantic Express, but Big Daddies are coming. But we're going to learn more about the combat in the next video. This is more of a tutorial level, and it's about to be over with. I'm just looking through this giant whale skull right here. What I'm actually looking for here is like atom slugs, but I remember there's no atom slugs in this walk. So generally when you're out here in the water, you need to look for atom slugs. They give you like 10 atom a piece, and that'll help you on. I'm going for more of a caster route this time around than I played in the first game. So like this should be a different take on Bioshock. This is the actual route I like to play, where it's a lot of casting, and my favorite plasmid is actually the bee plasmid. So I hopefully you guys will enjoy this Let's Play. I hope you guys stick around for part 2, but this is where the first part ends, and I hope you had a wonderful time. Hope you enjoyed it. It's been your boy. I'm Audi 5000. I'll see you guys in the next video. I actually left this in just for ambiance. But that's what I made that video when I was when I had the when I was banned from Twitch for a while. But like that's where I just wanted to show that off, because like to me that's where the next like iteration of like LPing on my channel will be heading to. Those kind of videos. You wouldn't watch that. Most people don't. My LPs at their heyday got like 5,000 views. LP walkthrough, whatever it might be. I mean, like the whole term "let's play" means that you can watch the video and play along with it. It's not like let's plays have to have live commentary. Not all let's plays are walkthroughs, but all walkthroughs are let's plays. Put it that way. No, Bioshock 2 is actually my favorite of the series. I've eaten steakhouse mac and cheese from Outback. I love the second one. I think this combat in the second one is the highlight of the series. Like the tonics in the third one and the health system in the third one. Like I didn't like how they limited you to 2 guns in Bioshock Infinite. You only got 2 guns, but you could carry as many plasmas as you want. I felt like I don't know why they even limited you to 2 guns. Like they could very easily could have had a gun wheel like every other Bioshock, and the 2 gun help was really trashy. I do still have my Final Fantasy VII Let's Play videos. Have I ever played Warcraft 3? I have not actually. I didn't play the Warcraft series. I like Bioshock Infinite for the most part. My biggest problem with Bioshock Infinite was the money system itself. Like, I understand they did it for replayability, but like the first time playing through the game, it kind of made it so like you didn't want to like risk spending your money on plasmas because one, you needed your money to be revived, and two, you needed money to upgrade your guns. You also need money to upgrade your plasmas. And I feel like the plasma upgrades costed way too much because like you'd get like for example like the cluster bombs for like Devil's Kiss was like 16 or $1,700, and you'd find coins at like 10 coins at a time, and that's just one upgrade out of 3 possible upgrades. So to fully upgrade your Devil's Kiss was like $5,000 or some shit like that. And like you only could fully upgrade like 2 or 3 plasmids and like 2 or 3 guns each playthrough. The microphone I was like you can get these for about $120. The stand itself was $100 by itself. There's about $250 right there. Yeah, it's metal. It's a fully metal stand. It's actually a stage microphone stand. It's for like professional stage mics. I never thought about it like that. It made it more unbearable. Yeah, it made it so you couldn't experiment, right? Like the original, like look at it in like Bioshock 2 or Bioshock 1. Like in Bioshock 2, you only could upgrade a couple plasmids, but like all plasmids were good at the base level, and if you in the upgrades were just minor things. Like but in like Bioshock Infinite, it was way better. Like for example, possession. Possession by itself sucked. Like you only could possess machines, and I think it was like machines and like one other thing that you could possess. Vending machines. Machines and vending machines. But when you upgrade it, you could possess people. But you only could possess like 2 people per like salt bar for the most part. It took a lot of magic to cast the possession. Then you get possessed for less. So you went from being unuseful, very useful but expensive, to one of the best skills in the game, because basically you created a target that ended up killing himself after you got done with him. So it was basically an instant death spell that created another target on the field at any given time. So like it would instantly remove an enemy and draw fire away from you. So like it was really good in that way. But then you had stuff like Bucking Bronco and Devil's Kiss when you mixed them together. That was fucking beast as hell. You also could set up like You also could like set up Bucking Bronco and Devil Kiss traps, and those would just destroy people. Used it a lot on handyman and stuff like that. Did you prefer the story in Bioshock 1 or Infinite? I felt like Infinite had a better presentation than Bioshock 1. What are you doing, booger? Yeah, Bioshock is actually a satire of Ayn Rand. Like, Bioshock is what happens if you have a complete right wing society that goes around unchecked. It falls apart, right? If you have no social safety nets, if you have nothing that stops people from themselves, eventually corruption and capitalism will eat itself. It's happened multiple times throughout the history of man. Every republic has failed. I mean, like that's basically what Bioshock is in a nutshell. It's Rapture is a like Republican like paradise. How's that a bad take? Here's the thing, right? Here's the truth that people don't want you to understand. Unfeathered capitalism doesn't work. Socialism, or the form of socialism called communism, which is like far left socialism, doesn't work. You can't have a government that controls everything, but you can't leave something unchecked because of how the system's structured, right? The biggest disadvantage of capitalism is that it requires somebody to get fucked for it to work. Right? That's 100% truth. There has to be cheap labor for capitalism to work. Right now, the world finances this cheap labor through the Chinese factory markets. Before China had these huge fields of factories, they used slavery, child labor, prisoners to subsidize capitalism, right? So that's the downside of capitalism as a whole. It requires a lower class for there to be a higher class, right? Socialism is everybody gets the same. The only problem with socialism is two. There's two problems, not just one. There's two. One, it allows somebody to have too much control. So you have a few people that have way too much control over the lives of everybody else. And it also destroys motivation, right? If you're going to make the same amount of money and every product that you create is taken by the government, why make anything, right? The answer to these two questions is here in the middle, right? The answer is you want a capitalistic system with social safety nets, right? You don't want somebody that has to break their back every day and never get anywhere, right? But at the same time, you don't want, but for that to happen, you got to curtail how rich somebody can get, right? No matter how much they earned it, there has to be a point where it's like, all right, the money you make at this point has to go back down the other end of the pipe. We don't have that in America. The only reason we have the reason you think that we have that in America is because most of our stuff's made in China or Mexico or some other place. The kid wants to know if you have Blastoise next to the big Pikachu. I do. That is Blastoise next to the big Pikachu. Move it over a little. You work your ass off for your money. Why do you want me to take it to me and give it to a janitor? Well, first off, a janitor is not who I'm talking about at the bottom of the list, right? Janitors make pretty good money. Who I'm talking about at the bottom are people with, mental disabilities, physical disabilities, people that are underskilled, people that basically are just the bottom ring of humanity, right? The elderly, and people are going to take this wrong, but I'm using the elderly in the term of like elderly people don't contribute as much as like a 25-year-old person. They pretty much like if Social Security didn't exist, elderly would be huge liabilities, right? People who are underskilled should work harder. Let me use this metaphor for you. Like, you're trying to say a person that is underskilled should work to better themselves. But the fact is, the system is set up in such a way that they can't work to better themselves. And it's done that way so the people at the top don't have to fear for their job, right? Nobody wants somebody that's going to take their job. Nobody's going to hire somebody that is going to take their job, right? You say work harder for your position. All right, cool. This guy makes $7 an hour. College costs $32,000 or some shit like that. He makes $13,000 a year. It's going to take him a decade to afford one course of college, right? How is he supposed to work harder if he can't even afford education? How's he supposed to work harder if he can't even afford rent, much less education? Because self-preservation always comes before opportunity, right? When you can be so poor in this life that you have no opportunities. All you can do is what you can do to get by to the next day. And this is playing it clean. We're not factoring in oddball like scenarios like pain pill addiction, drug addiction, criminal past, laws that stop felons from getting jobs, how people are voted. Like, there's all kinds of variables that go into it. We're just taking it as the fact of minimum wage versus how much education costs. The same people that are against like people for being poor or disadvantaged would be the same people that would stand in line when companies would say that if we paid time and a half overtime, we'd go out of business. Because this was an argument that was made in our lifetime, right? Not your and my personal lifetime, but in the last 100 years, right? Businesses stood there with a straight face, stated that they need child labor and they couldn't pay overtime, and people had to work 16-hour days, 7 days a week, or their businesses would go under. These same businesses hired Pinkertons, which is a lot of things like Bioshock talk about, to shoot employees that tried to unionize. Right? But it's like I don't understand the whole concept of it. The fact is, if you are a person, right, that has to count on tax refunds or, has to budget himself, I'm not talking about you when I'm talking about the upper elite. I'm talking about people like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Alki David, right? I'm talking about people that make more than they need. There should be a salary cap. There should be an amount of money that you make every year, and after that point, 100% of it goes back into the system. That helps income inequality. And you say that this is insane. And what's funny is Republicans always point to like the 1950s and 60s as like that's when America was great. In they pointing there, and there's a couple factors in there, but they pointing there. America was great in the 1960s, 50s, and 60s because of World War II, right? The car industry was booming, right? A man could work at General Motors, pay for his house, his car, his wife's car, have 2 kids and a dog on one paycheck, and retire with a pension, right? And this happened because we had destroyed the German automotive industry, we nuked the Japanese automotive industry, and there was nothing else there. So every car sold was an American car. There was no Chinese factories pushing stuff out, so all American products were selling at a premium, right? This is where the baby boomers came out of. And the reason everybody lived so well back then was there was a 95% tax rate on the rich. 95%. Look this shit up. The rich were taxed between 80 and 95% all the way up to Reagan. Reagan's when they started dropping their taxes. When Reagan was in office, I think they had a 60% tax rate on the rich. No one pays it now. Their tax rate is an all-time low, and they still don't pay it. Look at China. China's the biggest growing country in the world right now. Most of the United States debt, China has basically kept us afloat for the last 10 years, dog. China's helped pay for the war in Iraq. Every person in here has a Chinese product in their pocket. You're trying to tell me China has slave camps. That's the whole point. The only reason that capitalism works is because China has slave camps. No, I'm not trying to say be more like China. I'm trying to say is we need to back off unfeathered capitalism or crony capitalism, and we got to back off this whole idea that the other side wants communism, and we need to meet in the middle. It's called bipartisanship, right? This is when the right and the left come together and they make a plan that fits the budget, that limits government control, but it also puts in social safety nets for people, right? Like welfare is a good thing. Food stamps are a good thing, right? You might not believe this, but food stamps keeps motherfuckers from robbing you. It keeps people from putting pistols in your fucking face. We just need to be here, right? And I'm not asking for a complete overhaul of the system. Right now, wealth inequality is the upper echelon of rich people control 97% of the wealth. Me, you, Fallout Fanatic, Dave, Yaz Daddy Trump, everybody who donated to my stream tonight, all of us, every dollar we have is the other 3%. Imagine what would happen if we had 6%. If we had 6%, Imagine your check doubled overnight and everything stayed the same. Everything. How much better would you be living if you had double the money that you had in your pocket right now?
Soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
That's not how that works? Yes, that is how that works. That wouldn't cause inflation either. Inflation is when you print money. Getting checks cut to you. Let me show you a bit. I got one right here. This is a stimulus check. See, it's Donald J. Trump on it, right? I got it in my pocket because I'm going to use this stimulus check to pay for the deductible on my truck, right? That creates inflation, right? Inflation is when you print money and you don't, and you in your, which we have a fiat currency. So when you print money, it makes your money worth less, right? So when they're handing out these stimulus checks, when we're already trillions of dollars in debt, they're doing so by just printing more money. That's how inflation works. What I'm talking about isn't printing more money. It's Elon Musk is worth a little bit less, where Jordy Jordan's worth a little bit more, right? There's no inflation in that. It's just a change of where the money is in the system. Why would Elon Musk agree to give you free money? No, you work for that money. Just because you don't realize what your value actually is doesn't make the money free, right? Just because you value your time so little because people have conditioned you to think that what you do is worth this amount of money doesn't mean that's what your time actually is worth. Who decides what is enough? The market decides what is enough. But right now, the market is rigged against the standard man. Somebody said wings, man, economics is taught on Reddit. Reddit doesn't know what it's talking about. Which I'm not using Reddit as a point, but I want to point this out. Reddit just took Melvin, an investor to the cleaners, right? An investor that is based his whole portfolio on short stocking and destroying companies based on short stocks. Those people don't work hard for their fucking money. They don't work hard for speculative earnings on the fucking stock market.
We better get back.
Holy shit, young Matt just dropped 20 fucking tier 1 subs on us. Holy shit, Matt. Right, which Melvin Capital is also a sad story, right? Because people in Melvin Capital, how many 401ks were depending on Melvin Capital shortchanging the fucking shit out of GameStop or AMC or whatever company that, you know, the internet might go to war with? Mostly. Yeah, shorting is speculation. That's what I was just saying. Like, it's speculative returns, like which should be taxed.
We better get.
Yes, Trump. Why does Elon Musk deserve Elon Musk's money? Let me know. Tell me that. What did Elon Musk do to work for his money?
And they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Elon Musk didn't create the electric car. Elon Musk made a company that makes electric cars.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
I don't know if you remember, the very first Tesla Roadster was basically a Chinese body with an electric motor in it.
We better get back, because it'll be
You
dark
guys keep
soon,
saying he
and they
outworked.
mostly
That's
come
why
at
I'm trying to
night.
say Donald Trump outworked everybody in the New York real estate. New York real estate. Elon Musk created PayPal. Elon Musk was visionary. He created a situation where he made a lot of money and he sold it. He took that money, invested it into a car company that made electric cars, right? Which was failing for a long fucking time. And then something happened. People started wanting to go green. Tesla is the poster child of companies that want to go green. Tesla cars in themselves are failures, right? Do they work? Yeah. Do they do what they advertise? Yes. But they're sold at a loss. They're made up by gas. They're made up by clean air carbon credits. And the company itself is bloated, just like the GameStop stock was bloated. Do you think Tesla's worth, triple what Toyota's worth? Honestly, Toyota sells a lot more cars than Tesla sells. So why is Tesla worth 4 times what Toyota stock's worth? It's all speculation. It's people jumping in thinking that it's going to succeed. It's not, right? There's an answer in electric cars, but it's not 100% electric. It's hydrogen cells based on electric. Like electric cars have disadvantages. Like you can't do regenerative things on them. Like if you went to like a Prius, for example, a Prius has a gas engine and an electric engine in it, and you can use the gas engine to charge the electric engine while it's braking and doing other things in the car, taking the energy and transferring it back into the batteries. Hydrogen cells is the future. That's why Toyota is building hydrogen cells. And that's why, other companies are looking at it towards this. It's going to be a hybrid between electric and hydrogen in itself. That's the future, right? Right now, Elon Musk is up here because everybody thinks that's going to succeed, but it's not.
Because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Hydrogen takes energy to invest. Hydrogen is the most abundant resource almost in the universe.
It'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Check real quick. Yep, hydrogen is one. It is the most abundant source in the world, in the universe.
Soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly. We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Yes, that is the major issue, JP, with hydrogen. That is explosive, right? And that's the reason they don't put it in cars right now, because hydrogen is very, very volatile.
We better get back,
but
because it'll be dark soon. And
if you could make, like what Toyota is working on right now is a hydrogen cell technology that basically you have this cell of hydrogen, right, that you plug into the car and you close it up into the system and you just use it there, right? And they've got all these save points around it. And you also have an electric engine with that hydrogen cell.
Mostly.
And you run off the hydrogen cell like a gas engine, like an ICE engine, an internal combustion engine, right? And you basically run the electric part for like stop and go traffic, below 30 miles an hour stuff, and you use the hydrogen cell for highway, and you're capable of getting 2,000 to 3,000 miles out of one hydrogen cell right now. What does this have to do with China? This has nothing to do with China. This is everything to do with.
We better get back.
People saying Elon Musk worked for his money. And I'm pointing out that Elon Musk is a pump job, right? Tesla, in its current state, will fail. It might not happen this year, it might not happen this decade, but it will fail. because its business model doesn't work in the long term.
We better get
And I'm
back.
using Tesla and comparing it to
They mostly come
Toyota,
at
right?
night.
Toyota has one of the best hybrid cars ever, the Prius, right? Toyota is renowned for its reliability on everything. People praise the Japanese engineering in cars. But there's a reason Toyota's not building fucking electric cars, because Toyota is fucking smart. They know that electricity isn't the future. Full electric cars are not the future of our society. Our future is going to be a hybrid car with hydrogen cells and electricity. And you're trying to tell me Elon Musk is worth 4 times what Toyota is, even though Elon Musk sells an eighth of the cars that Toyota sells. Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me how Elon Musk is worth that. Elon's cars are more expensive, bruh. Let me give you a secret about let me give you a little 101 on capitalism. If you have a controller worth $10 and you sell the controller for $8 and your competitor sells their controller for $7, but it costs them $4 to make, they're making $3, you're losing $2. How much you sell a car for doesn't mean shit if you sell it at a loss. And Tesla was forever propped up by green credits, right? You got $7,600 off every price of every Tesla car you got as a tax return, right? So that instantly took $7,600 off that the government covered, right? Because they want more people to have cleaner emission cars, which that's going away. So Tesla cars are about to jump up $7,600 in price, right? Then you also have you have carbon air credits that Tesla gets back because they don't get fined for it, and they get those so much they sell them to other companies like General Motors and Ford, and that's where their profit is at right now. Teslas are 100% sold at a loss. Look it up. I guarantee you that Elon Musk is smarter than me. Probably is. I live in a fucking trailer. I stream for a living. He can buy 15 Ford Raptors tomorrow if he wanted to. But you know, just because somebody has money doesn't mean that they're smarter than you. It means they were in a privileged they were in a situation to make more money than you are. That's like trying to say Lil Wayne is a better rapper than Tupac because Lil Wayne sold more records than Tupac sold. Okay, Lil Wayne sold more records. That's like he literally made PayPal. He made a transaction site. I said he was inventive on that. But what has he made since? He made a company that wants to build subway systems and wants to act like it's a new idea. He made rockets that sometimes land themselves, but sometimes they blow up. He made electric cars that he sells at a loss. Like, the man's pumped up by stocks, dog. Y'all can look at me like I'm an idiot all you want. Time will prove me right. Time will prove me right. I don't hate Elon Musk. I have nothing against the man. I wish nothing but prosperity for him. But as a person that knows about cars, and knows about the car industry, and knows what it takes to make a car, Tesla in its current form is a failure. Oh, Tesla will 100% fail in our lifetime. 100% fail in our lifetime. My boss man is Jeff Bezos. I can't talk too much shit. You talk about the ones like that Mazda's making where they have like those are scary. Those variable compression engines where they have like look. I don't know if those are variable compression engines, but I know Mazda's making an engine right now that basically is like an 8-stroke engine that like it makes more horsepower as it goes through cylinders and it doesn't use. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like engineering explained is a better video on it than me. I couldn't tell you about it. Why do I have more viewers than DSP but less donations currently? I mean, less people wanted to donate. I mean, like, it is what it is. You admire Elon Musk, but Jeff Bezos not so much. Jeff Bezos made Amazon in his fucking garage. Jeff Bezos took a book selling company on the internet and actually built a worldwide network. Amazon consistently, anything that Jeff Bezos gets into makes better. Twitch was dying before Amazon bought them. Amazon bought them. Twitch is now a profitable business model. Amazon is better at delivery than most of the actual parcel companies. Jeff Bezos was not a billionaire before Amazon. Would I buy a Silverado High Country? Probably not. I mean, like, everybody has dreams. But probably not. I'll most likely keep the truck I have for a long time. I'm not jealous of any rich person, dude. I'm not debating anybody. I'm about to get off. Honestly, somebody pointed out I haven't really made any donations, so it's pretty much time to cut the stream. Ugh. 4-hour pre-stream. Sounds like a Dark Side Field name. Well, here comes the begging. Dog, honestly, I'm so far behind donation wise that there's no use to even beg for it. I'm not gonna make it where I want to be at.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal
Shit, rest.
profile.
Hey, when you
We're
have
in
a
the
little
pipe.
bit of faith in
5
you,
by 5.
take just the Mars. I mean, like, getting to Mars and terraforming Mars is two different things. I don't want to talk about Tesla no more because we have this argument every time I stream. Every time I stream, we have an argument about Tesla. Why is Bohan unbanned? We just banned him yesterday. Hey, Claymore, thank you for the $1. Why did the podcast show end? The podcast show ended mainly because of like time discrepancies. Like the only thing that was really holding the podcast show together was the responsibility of to the Patreons. And when we shut the Patreon down, because like there wasn't enough Patreon money there to actually make it worth having a Patreon. We shut the Patreon down, and it kind of took the responsibility of always doing it away. So we kind of just stopped doing it. And Eddie was blowing up on your Overwatch, and Eddie had to stay up like 6 hours. So like when we streamed, it was like when we recorded the show, it was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning when Eddie went to bed. And like between Eddie working, doing your Overwatch, and having to stay up late to do the podcast show once a week, it was a real strain on him. So like it was harder for him to get there. And Jive works a full-time job, does YouTube. You know, it was just hard to get everybody together at all times. And like when we lost the Patreon, when the Patreon went from like $1,000 to like 200, and we like kind of just shut it down, the responsibility was gone, so we kind of just started missing episodes, and then we'll just go. Eddie was also our graphics guy. Eddie's the fucking man. Like if you ever see anybody in like YouTube that deserves everything, every bit of success he got, is Eddie the Chump. He should honestly be more successful than I am. He's he's a smarter person than I am. Fighting over 6G dominance? Oh, I'm so much of a hick. I don't even use the 5G that's on my phone. Like, like 4G was completely fine in my book. I'll be playing Planet Coaster in the future. Yeah, I will be.
240, nominal to profile.
Like tonight was supposed to be just like a chill stream.
I want to hear your thoughts on a barter economy. It's fun to hear people's opinions on them.
What is the barter economy? Are you talking about like because we got away from like bartering with the whole invention of gold and later on paper money? You have an Eddie the Chump tattoo on your thigh?
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
When you can talk about your second job, day job, what do you do? We all want to know. I'm not talking about that. Does Eddie's Chump have 800,000 subs?
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe.
No, he has 18,000. He has 18,700. He hasn't done a video.
Hope you are having a nice night.
In 4 years. Truck Fiend. Dude, I'm having a wonderful night now. Having a wonderful night. You got me. I work at Arby's. This is my second job. I thought your Overwatch was over 1 million, but yeah, like Eddie and his boys, like I think it was Frito, and I forgot the other guy name, and I apologize because I've talked to you a couple of times, but they did a really good job with your Overwatch, and they put a lot of time and effort into it. Yeah, like your Overwatch. I was talking about Eddie's personal channel. Like Eddie's personal channel had solid gold pieces of brick over there, content wise, and people slept on him. Like Eddie made great content. Right. And what I was stating is like we got away from the barter economy because money is easier, right? if you make bread, not everybody needs bread, right? But if you made, well, that's a bad example. Let's say you made, let's say your skill set is making something that somebody does need a whole lot of. This. Let's say your skill set is making Animal Crossing Twitch remote backs, right? This is what your livelihood is. This is worth something to some people, but like a person that makes bread, which is something you might need, might not want this, right? But if you sell this to the dude that does want it and he gives you money, and the person that makes bread wants money, you give that money to him. That's a better system than just bartering like cows and sheep for wheat or whatever it might be.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Why am I hesitant to discuss my other job? Because people will just call my other job and try to get me fired. That's why I'm hesitant to discuss what I do. So I don't think you guys realize how sick some of these motherfuckers are. They're complete sociopaths. Hold up, let me go get some. Be right back. This is my wife's phone.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5. Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Here's some more dollars. Take it easy, pimp.
Hey, Truck Bean, dude, thank you for the $26. Alright, this guy's name is Wings of Memes, right? I'm gonna read some of this shit off to you. Scroll up here. This is what he talks to my wife about. He goes, "What have I done?" My wife responds, "You literally have nothing better to do than message Kelly all day long." He responds, "I unpacked my Domino's order delivered by Kelly's husband." Kelly responds, "Does it not seem strange that you, or help me understand, or help me help you?" Then he asks her if she's male or female. Let me scroll down to some juicy shit. Like right here. He asked my wife, "What's a number I can contact you over? How about we talk on the phone?" And my wife responds, "Nah, I'm good. Save your energy for a therapist. That's who you should be calling. And you should also leave Kelly alone. Unpack your daddy issues elsewhere." He goes, "How about I call the office? SC's pain and spine, correct? Who should I ask for?" And basically, he goes on that he calls SC Pain and Spine in Carolina Forest and makes an appointment and asks to talk to Kelly because she doesn't work at SC Pain and Spine. But like this is the same dude that thinks I deliver pizza for Domino's, and he called Uber Eats and said I was a pedophile and such and such and such and such, and I half ate his food and shit like this. Like, these are the type of people that we deal with here. This is the type of shit that we deal with. This is a sociopath, right? You guys ever see the movie Selena, about the Latin singer that had like her number one fan club president like kill her in like a motel room and then like locked herself into a truck? That's this dude, right? That's who this dude is. He is sick in the fucking head. Do I think any trolls would come to harm me? I don't think any would. But at the same time, I don't give them the chance. For example, before I got married, I had a group of people come to my house 5 deep in a minivan, beating on my door at midnight, right? 5 deep, being like, "Richard!" Boom, 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 boom. No way I'm opening that door. No way do I open that door up. 5v1. All I did was load up my assault rifle and just hope they were smart enough not to go walk into my house. You don't show up 5 deep to somebody's house like that. I'm not putting myself in that situation. How do I know they're trolls? Because my name's not Richard. Everybody knows my name's not Richard. I've doxed myself multiple times.
Switch to DCS
I don't know if they were drunk or not.
240, nominal to
I didn't talk to them through the wall. I didn't do anything. I ignored them. My door was locked.
Kill him with kindness, brother man.
My door was locked, and I ignored them. They eventually went away. But that's back when I was. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember back in the day. I'm like, this is where I got like Rocco and everything. I was thinking about getting a pit bull or like a German Shepherd, and that's one of the reasons that I was leaning towards like a big dog. Like, I wanted a dog that if somebody came to my house and wanted to flex, that they'd be afraid of, right? Bongo is a Rottweiler, but he's not really that vicious, honestly. But I don't know what Bongo would do against somebody actually being trying to be violent against us. Like I'm hoping like somebody would just see like a big dog, like a pit bull with like his chest out. Boom. I ain't trying to just the sight of a dog like that would make you like, all right, cool. I ain't fucking with this. Especially if he wants to like bark at you. Dr. Gray would take care of business. Dr. Gray thinks everything's gonna eat him. Honestly. Anytime a new person walks into the house, he hides under the bed. He thinks everything is out to get him. Again, I'm not trying to brandish a firearm on anybody. I'm not trying to do that. I don't want to live that life. For the most part, I just want to live my life. Like I want to stream, I want to have a good time, I want to laugh, I want to have a community, right? But like some people take it too far. Some people take it too far. Mm. There's blurry lines with like being on your property and on your porch, but there's very clear lines when you cross the threshold into somebody's house. That's why I don't open the door, don't invite them in. If they want to come in, if they want to force their way into the house, whatever happens, happens. But at that point, they've clearly crossed the threshold. Like right now, like there was dudes like having Frank Hassel want to come fuck with me.
Switch to
Like
DCS
why?
Wrangling.
What earth should some dude that lives in the middle of the country come down to South Kakalaki and try to fuck with me? No, I'm not. I mean, Kyle was a way better shot than I was. Like, I've never seen Woody shoot enough to do it, but like Woody probably shoots guns more than I do. I haven't shot a gun in 10 years at this point. I just think it's fucked up that people constantly want to come in and like invade my personal life. Like, if you want to make stupid ass photos of me being fat online, cool. I've seen a photo of somebody stretching like one of my shirtless pictures out to make it look like Jabba the Hutt, right? Whatever, cool. There's people, there's pictures on there floating around of like some dude that shows his bare ass and they want to pretend it's me. All right, cool, whatever, dude. All fat dudes with glasses look the same. I understand, but don't cross into my personal life. Don't do that. Dude, I don't even have a butt. Like, look, I got a case of the gone ass. See? Like, I don't have any, I have nothing in the way of butt. Straight down. Too much 400 pounds of fat shit sitting on it. Flatten that bitch right out properly. I do have a really fat back though. You're right about that. I do have the Hank Hill going on. You get some butt implants. Hey, Dr. Gray. Come here, kitty. Dr. Gray. headbutt treatment. Rolls cover cross that over with wrap. He hit him with the 1-2. Call that the grayed out. Redacted. This is an American short hair. Kitty. You like my horse? My dog didn't think too kindly. Bailey, what do you think about the cats? Has Grayson scratched me? If you own cats, at some point you're gonna get scratched by them, and they don't usually mean it though. Sitting on like my third roll, but I sell a cat for 10 grand. Nah, I love my cats. I'd honestly probably cry and miss them if I sold them.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Oh, yeah, mosquito. I consider it an animal or an insect. Atlanta sports fan. We played StarCraft earlier. You can untime out against Daddy Trump. He wants to troll. Dude pays to play. That's all I ask for. If you want to troll, make sure you pay to play. I'd rather see Dark Souls 4. Matthew, I can't eat a buffet, dog. We literally went to Outback tonight to eat, and I ordered a house salad and a side of fries and a side of mash. And I brought all my not mash up macaroni. I brought all my macaroni home, brought most of my fries home, and I ate the salad. Like, it takes me a while to eat. Like, a little bit later, I'll be able to eat the fries. It would have took me 4 hours to eat my entire meal. There's no reason to order meat when you, like, for the most part. Like, if you order a steak, like, I'm gonna be full before the steak gets there, and then I'm gonna have to eat the steak cold. Like, honestly, when I go places, I usually just eat a couple sides and just be done with it. You motherfucker see my beard? Better, son. I like my steak cooked well done. Which one? I actually have 3 Fallout New Vegas Let's Plays. I have the Linda Wreckface Chronicles, Energy Weapons playthrough. I have like the very first walk.
Switch to DCS ranging.
Ooh, right.
240,
Hey, Plum,
nominal
how
to
about an
profile.
unbanned
We're in the
audio
pipe.
asking when we going back to
555.
school?
Hey
Can you guys
Plum, Pimp,
unban
how
him?
about an unban? All I did was ask when you plan on going back to school. While you were playing Dark Souls a while back, hoodlums don't charge back.
Billy just peeked through the door. Well, this is actually a closet door. This doesn't lead anywhere in the house but a closet. There's nobody in it. All the animals are here except Bongo. Rocco's right there. Here's Gray. Bailey's right there. They're all here. If I won the lotto tomorrow, what's my first purchase? IRS payments. Can't beat the Tower Knight. Any suggestions? Weak versus Magic and arrows. Make sure that you go up the stairs and kill all the bowmen before you try to fight them. After that, what you should try to do is hit him in the head. You want to knock him down and hit him in the head, and each time you do it is faster than that. How's the testosterone going? Going well. I don't like giving myself the shot, but I get it done. Where you at, Bailey? Hear you walking around. Go up before you get scared. I want to scoot. I want to scare you. We've already done the Valentine's Day thing. Like, she got me a video game, socks, and a ring light, which I gotta hook my ring up. Planet Coaster. Me and my pets fight. This one and this one like to annoy each other. They don't really fight. Oh, the chili taste test video. We're going to get it done, but like I said, Kelly's working a lot right now. So like she hasn't. She's been very tired because she hasn't had a day off in like a month. What's my thoughts on the Ram TRX? Too expensive. Like almost all trucks are getting too. Like right now, like Cadillac Escalades are $100,000. Why? Why are Cadillac Escalades $100,000? All trucks are getting way too expensive. Like if you want like a reasonably well equipped truck right now, you're spending 40 grand. That's ridiculous. Good puppy. Baby, a good puppy. Heavy with the donations. Can I do DoorDash? I mean, like, not at this time of the night. Like any open for DoorDash at this. I'm wrong. Walgreens is open for DoorDash. What can you get at Walgreens to DoorDash? Really? You can get. I don't. You can get fucking Theraflu DoorDash to you. If I wanted cereal and milk, I could get it DoorDash to me. Ice cream, toothpaste. The only place that's open right now is Walgreens. I'm almost tempted to DoorDash just to see if a Dasher is even available at 1 in the morning. Baby. DoorDash stream. Hey, I comes. Do it. Mickey D's is open. I'm not really hungry. They do milk? I'm looking for like they do cereal, but they don't do milk. It seems. You get you get ice cream, thirst quenchers. I know Walgreens carries milk. Milk the ice cream. That's your milk. I see you, Dumb and Dumber. Bailey, be good. Oh, I can do cat litter. I don't know why this. I know this is not very entertaining stream wise. I'm just looking at this shit. It's like, wow. You didn't see the cat behind? Agree. Kitty. The best kitty. Definitely not Bailey. You're not a good kitty. I just find it's fucked up that Walgreens is over here on this shit. If all that gets if we get a dasher. Can I bring? Can you bring the driver in on stream? Nah. I tipped $5. I didn't do $5.50. What is Brandy doing? I have no clue. I haven't seen Brandy in 2014. Oh, I got a dasher. Like, who is door dashing at fucking 1 o'clock in the morning? My wife's asleep for work tomorrow. Dasher's name is female. I have no female trolls. And my trolls have no females. Haley, how are you? Very good. Very good. Yeah, what a time to be alive. I just paid $25 for items that, if you added them all up, might have been 14. I just the most expensive way to get 4 items in my life. What a waste. I got cat treats and frozen pizza and a couple other things. But I drive a truck. My truck's in the shop, dog. But the car I have currently isn't much better on gas. I got 5.7 Hemi Challenger. That's my rental. I'd rather have my truck over the Challenger. Challenger's cool and everything, but like my truck is just fucking comfortable. Like comfort is my biggest is what I look for the most in a truck or any kind of car. How comfortable am I? I mean, it's fast. I mean, like it's fast. It sounds good. My biggest complaint with the Challenger is the fucking door panel. They have like this cup holder that protrudes out of the door panel, and like my leg sits right on the door panel, and it digs right into my calf. Fucking sucks. That's my main complaint. That and there's no mute button on the steering wheel. I also don't like the fact that you have to dim the mirror inside the head unit. Take it out. I can't take it out. I mean, like it's molded plastic. Like if I own the car, I'd actually probably cut it off and like sand it down, and then like put rubber tips on it. But I don't own the car. It's a rental, so I'm not gonna change anything about it. Nah, it's a rental. I hit a deer with my truck. They gave it to me as a rental car. Just take the whole door panel off. Fuck it, right? Roll around with the wires hanging down. Any advice on a first time homeowner? Always budget for home repairs. But like that's easier said than done. Like you should always take your money and break it down into different segments. Always pay yourself first. Take 20% of your money, put it into a savings account. Then take another like 5%, put it into like a home repair account. Take another 5% for like emergency funds, and then everything you have left is what you can play with. This is after you've paid the bills and taxes, of course. And that's how you should live your life with a budget. I got the part of Judge Hathorne in Crucible. News to me. You're not allowed to drive, stream at the same time. I'd have to have a second person that could hold the camera, and I don't have one right. I don't know all the rules with driving, but I know that you can't drive and like read chat and stuff. Like you had to have 100% concentration on the. No, I don't do drag racing. Drag racing on public roads is that's for people that have no respect for other people. You want to drag race, go to actual drag strips or private tracks. Like the open road that everybody pays for, not interested in drag race on it because people are using that roadway to go to work, get home, take their kids to soccer practice, wherever it might be, and you're just being an asshole putting people's lives at risk. Plenty of people do it. That doesn't mean that it's right. A lot of people bought Lil Wayne CDs. Doesn't make Lil Wayne a good rapper. Dude, race with air quotations. Like when I had a Mustang, people would always like rev their engines at me, but like they had no chance. So like you jump to 40 really quickly, and you've already gapped them. There's no really racing in that. reporting the channel for the Little Wayne snub. I became a full-time streamer more of a necessity than courage. Like my other job was failing. You ain't gapping shit in a Mustang, champ. I guarantee you that you can gap fucking 2003 Tahoes all day in a Mustang. They weigh like 6,000 pounds and they got fucking 28-inch wheels on fucking stock differentials. They go 0 to 60 in an afternoon. Take them motherfuckers straight to Gapplebee's. How much did my weight slow down the 0 to 60 time? Very, very little. Like 0.1, 0.2 seconds. You like the Nissan Titans? They look so good. I don't like the Titans. I think they got a nice engine. The 5.6 liter puts out like 400 horsepower on pump gas. But like, I could never see myself owning a Nissan Titan. Every Nissan I've ever got in was a pile of junk. Like it, even brand new, they felt like shit. Like they had like plastic steering wheels. They had like granted, new Nissans are different, but like every Nissan I've ever been in, besides the one I just had, was had like that orange screen on them. That's so tacky looking.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night.
Hey, Stress, can you rage and yell at me hard? Fuck, Stress! Why are you over here increasing my damn numbers? The cats don't even get startled by me getting mad. My dasher just messaged me and said they didn't have one of the items I had. I'm like, just get whatever. I just see if somebody was actually dashing at this time. Mark Gainsby. If I had to get an F-150, I would actually me personally, I go with either the 2.7, which the 2.7 has turbo issues. I'd actually go with the 3.5 EcoBoost. Like I loved my 3.5 EcoBoost. As long as you don't max your tow rating out, it's good. It just eats a lot of throttle bodies. Turbos are styled on it. But the Coyote's a good engine too. But you're not going to get the same kind of like back seat of your pants feel out of the Coyote. It's just going to be more consistent. You just the first kid, or you have any other kids? It's just the first kid. You can get away with like a mid-sized car, like a Camry. I mean, it all depends what your budget is. Like you're gonna pay a premium. Like the thing with Toyotas is you're gonna pay more money for less car, but the car is gonna be reliable. and it's gonna be bland as fuck. Yeah, Dodge Rams have never hit a deer and had to go to the body shop. That's never happened. You're right. What's your what? Well, what is your budget? That's the real question. Because F-150s are easily, well, Toyotas are the most expensive truck. The F-150s are right up there with Toyotas expensive wise. $20,000? I mean, honestly, like you can get a brand new Equinox for $20,000 if you really want it. Not that I'm saying get an Equinox. Like, problem with Equinox is they're underpowered. That 1.5 turbo is a pile of shit engine too. It ain't gonna last. What Equinox offered in other engines? Because you can get a Chevy Equinox for $22,000 brand new. I know that's $2,000 over your budget, but in the long scheme of things, we're talking about like $20 here extra a month in like a payment form. The only problem with the Chevy Equinox is they only come with small inline fours, and they're both trash engines. The 2 liter and the 1.5 liter are both trash. But like you can get an Equinox level thing. Like I think the Ford has the Escape, the Equinox, and other things. If you don't want like a Camry, like to me, I'd rather have a Camry over like an Equinox or Escape or like a Nissan Rogue, because they're really just cars that sit up higher and get worse gas mileage in the long run. Like a trunk and the hatch are basically the same thing. Yeah, I'm using the Equinox as like an example. The Equinox sucks ass. It does. The engines they put in them now are piles of dog shit. They have low resistant piston rings that fail all the fucking time in them. They're usually done by 120,000 miles. They're just trash. What's the most overpriced truck in my opinion? The Toyota Tundra. No, in no world should the Tundra be selling for $60,000 when it gets 13 miles to gallon. No, I haven't tried control. Pet the cat. Kitty. Who's a good kid? Who the best kid? My dream truck, other than a Raptor, 2500 Denali. Like honestly, 2500 Denali probably is my dream truck over the Raptor, but it costs more money than the Raptor. Nissans make good engines. They just don't. They just mate them to CVT transmissions that are dog shit. Show a 2500 Denali. $500. Duramax. Got that weird tailgate. Beautiful fucking truck though. That's probably the stoutest, most reliable truck on the market too. The Duramax Denali with the Allison transmission. But the problem with with something like this, that's a $90,000 truck all day. 90 grand. Is Big JP remember me? Big JP's a mod of mine. What do you think about Mazda? Mazda's cool. They have a small segment of the market, and they do really cool like engines. Like Mazda's really inventive with their engines. I personally wouldn't buy a Mazda. Nice cat. I love Great. I love you, Great. I actually have another cat right in front of me. Dude, trucks are expensive. New Rangers feel cheap. I actually like the new Rangers. Like the 2.3 EcoBoost is such a good base engine. Like you can't ask for more from a base engine than those 2.3 inline fours. You get 25 miles per gallon. You get 300 horsepower. You have a lot of low end torque. Like it's a fun engine. But like the problem with the Ranger is it feels like a cheap F-150. Dude, my wife has the Blazer with the 2.3 EcoBoost, and that thing flies. Like it's not gonna win any races, but it doesn't struggle at all. Like you can go if you punch it going 40, you're at 80 miles an hour before you even look down at the speedometer. It feels like. Yeah, but the Ranger has a way cooler engine than the Tacoma. Tacomas are fucking dogs. Like even the V6 Tacoma is slow as hell. And there's no fun in it. The torque band is way up in the RPMs. Aren't Ford EcoBoost engines unreliable? Some of them are. Some of them aren't. Like the 1.5 EcoBoosts aren't really known for the reliability. The 2.7s have some reliability issues, but the 3.5 has some things that go bad in it. Like it has like a water pump on the timing chain. It also is known to eat throttle bodies, but there's a couple with 200,000 plus miles on them. The 2.3 EcoBoost doesn't take modding well. Like if you try to put a bigger turbo on it and you increase the pressure and it usually blows the block out. But that's on you. If you keep it stock tune, 2.3 EcoBoost is fine. Your car's not even that old at 2014 Yazzie. Like bad cars are still going strong 6 years old. Andre. What if you accidentally ate Clorox? Better go to the hospital, dog. It's gonna eat your stomach out. I guess it all depends on how much you ate. Like drinking Clorox will destroy your esophagus and stomach. I actually like the Ridgeline. I think the Ridgeline for like the medium truck market is the second best one. Like if I had to buy a Ridgeline, if I had to buy a small truck right now, it would probably be the silver the Chevrolet Colorado or the GMC Canyon with the baby Duramax. But my second pick would be the Honda Ridgeline, followed up by the Ford Ranger, and then the Toyota Tacoma. I don't hate Japanese cars. I like Toyotas. I just don't like Nissans. I think Nissan's a terrible company. Like Nissan, Mitsubishi, both of them are terrible companies. They make shit cars. Thoughts on being fat? It's got its perks. Like when you're fat, nobody asks you to climb ladders. Nobody really expects you to do any running. Downsides: short lifespan. Get tired real easy. Clothes are hard to find. Can't drive small cars. I respect that response. What fucking perks? I told you the perks. Nobody expects you to do anything physical. Like, yeah, like look at this example. If you a fat motherfucker like me, look like a can of busted biscuits, and somebody goes, "Guys, we need somebody to run across the field over the machine gun fire." They're not going to point to me, the biggest and slowest person in the group, to run across that field with machine gun fire. That's a perk, right? That's a fucking perk. How much for a new set of tires? That depends on the rim and how wide they are. I was thinking like if I get like my next truck might have the Duramax in it, the 3.3 liter inline six Duramax. Like it doesn't have a whole lot of horsepower, but it's turboed. It's a diesel. All the torque's gonna be down low, so it'll probably be fun as fuck to drive, and it still can get 25, 26, 30 miles to gallon. The only downside to like the baby Duramax, you got to put DEF in it, and like DEF is gonna make the cost of ownership go up. I mean, 4-wheel drive has nothing to do where the torque band is. Hey, Roman noodles. Thank you for the 20 cents. Nah, I'm good. I like the 2.7 4-cylinder turbo Silverado. You should never get unless you're just trying to save money on a new truck, because the 5.3 gets better gas mileage and puts out more horsepower. The only thing the 2.7 does better than the 5.3 is it has more low end torque on the torque band than the 5.3. But the fact that it's such low displacement, well, it's not really low displacement. It's a big 4-cylinder, right? But since it's only a 4-cylinder, it can't ever make up the pulling power that like the 5.3 can with the 4 extra cylinders. All right, boys. I think that's going to be it for tonight. Big shout out to 672. Thank you, brother, for coming by and always modding. We also had Burger Daddy and Cry 10. Thank you for the $10. Thank you, Truck Fiend, for the $36. Thank you, Bohan, for the $10. Thank you, Rest, for the $5. Thank you, Anonymous, for 3. Thank you, Jo, and Young Matu, the God. Thank you for the $100 worth of subs, man. Appreciate that shit, homie. I'm going to see you guys a little bit later. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. I'm Audi 5000.